Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Guru TFJ. On my channel, you'll find pure cinema, comedy, reviews, and more. Today I'm doing a video on my Spotify Wrapped and Letterboxd stats for 2023. D'accord, let's begin. So these are online as well, available on my Letterboxd account, and I shared my Spotify Wrapped, but let's go through some of these stats. It's good stuff, it's interesting. Spotify, we'll start with top genres. So these are my top 5. Rock, 2 hip-hop, 3 pop, 4 electronica, and 5 jazz. I'm a song and dance man, so I like to mix it up with the genres. Great stuff. 7,777 songs played. My top track was I Think I Lost My Headache by Queens of the Stone Age, which it's rock, it's jazz, so I like that combination. It has a real timeless feel, and I Think I Lost My Headache by Queens of the Stone Age, I think it's a really special tune. My top 5 songs most played of 2023. Number 1, Queens of the Stone Age, I Think I Lost My Headache. 2, Downstate Kingdom, Cody Rhodes' theme song, more on that later. 3, Elvis Presley, If I Can Dream. 4, Power of Stella, All Night. Excuse me. 5, Motorhead, The Game. So a bit of WWE, some party tracks, a cool mix there, I think. Minutes listened, 75,308, so converted to days, that's 52 days worth of music. The most listened to day was the 14th of April for me last year, 743 minutes apparently. There you go. My top artist of 2023, Jay-Z. So I'm in the 0.5% of last year listenership, 1,256 minutes listened. Jay-Z, one of the greats, so that's very cool to see. Top artists expanded, so top 5. Number 1, Jay-Z. 2, Eminem, who mainstream GOAT, a favourite of mine. 3, STL, so his stuff, I believe it's one guy, STL. Ambient, dance, progressive, a terrific musician who's around today, much like Jay and Eminem, obviously. So I recommend STL if you haven't heard of it. Number 4, Robbie Williams, the Stoke superstar, and has a magnificent catalogue, so that's good to see as well. Number 5, Coldplay, they usually find their way in there somewhere. One of the great bands, eclectic over the years, and a real go-to of mine. My listening style apparently is Alchemist, so it talks about, on Spotify, me creating my own playlists, referring to my compilations, so that I thought was cool also. Now this is a new category for, I've done this kind of year-end video before, of course, but I came up with a new category, so you talk about songs, albums, artists, what have you. Well, this is a new category, the song that meant the most to me in 2023. And that song, so, exactly what it sounds like. So I'm going to go with Downstate and Kingdom. So it's the biggest go-to track for me of 2023. I love the lyric. It's Cody Rhodes' theme song, of course, in WWE, and it was in AEW as well. The lyric, I really love one of the lyrics I really love in the song. My father said, when I was younger, hard times breed better men. So that's talking about Cody Rhodes and Dusty Rhodes, and I hope Cody finishes the story. He just won the Royal Rumble. It's a hell of a song. It's powerful, it's rousing, it's anthemic. Good stuff. All right then, so that concludes the Spotify Wrapped. Let's go into Letterboxd stats for 2023. So I watched 465 films, which will be near a record. I have to check that. I wrote 55 film reviews, made 30 lists, left 128 comments, and hours watched 883.2 hours. So that's 38.8 average films per month, 8.9 average films per week, not bad. Thursday was my most viewed film watching day of last year. Milestones, so first film was Superman, and the last film I watched of 2023 was Halloween 6. So a genre shift at the top of the game. Horror is the new go-to, so there's a symbolic transition there. Essentially the go-to genre for films of the mainstream, of the masses, based on what I've seen and what have you. It has been superhero films for a long time. I believe that horror is the new go-to genre. Speaking of genres, so my top genres for 2023, number 1, drama, 2, thriller, 3, action, and 4, comedy. So comedy's a bit lower than usual, action's certainly higher. And I've seen a lot of films of Jean-Claude Van Damme last year, and Stallone, more on that in a second. So that's interesting to see. Horror crept its way up into like the top 10. Top stars of 2023, most viewed actors. So number 1 for me was Sean Bean with 20 films. So of course, a lot of the TV movies like Sharp, I think he's a great actor, he's funny, he's good with action, he's consistent. So that's cool, number 1. Number 2, Sylvester Stallone with 15 films. So he was my most viewed film crew member overall. So combined film crew roles, he was my most watched of 2023. Arguably the GOAT of action, Stallone, and a real icon. Number 3, Dara O'Malley with 14 films. So he's Sharp's sidekick in the show, he's a good hand, and he's funny at times as well, he's very good. Number 4, Desmond Llewellyn with 12 films. So you may remember he played Q in a lot of the Bond movies. He was the original Q. So he's funny as well, and has a bit of swagger in his own idiosyncratic way. And number 5, Tom Hanks, 5th most viewed with 12 films. So Tom Hanks, politically, is the best actor of all time, in my opinion. He's one of my overall favourites as well. He has a hell of a filmography. Top directors of 2023. Number 1 is Tom Clegg with 14 films. So he directed most of the Sharps. Really excellent director and did a great job with the Sharp series. Number 2, Todd Phillips with 6 films. One of the coolest, very influential, and has good presence in drama and comedy. Number 3, Steven Soderbergh with 5 films. Love Soderbergh. Soderbergh is a modern master, a real stylist, and a visionary as a filmmaker. Number 4, Gore Verbinski, who you may remember directed some of the Pirates of the Caribbean films. So he's a real action-adventure specialist. And number 5, Sylvester Stallone with 5 films. Did the Rocky, Rambo, and Creed movies. So it's a whole slide this year. The crew in studio stats, so a lot of that is on my Letterboxd account where one can access it. So people like Russell T Davies, Chris Chibnall, Guy Ritchie, Soderbergh. So that's Doctor Who inclusion, British inclusion, American inclusion. The composers, big names like Murray Gold, Hans Zimmer, Brian Tyler, John Williams, and Jerry Goldsmith, some of the real big names. My most liked reviews for Doctor Who The Giggle. Got really into Doctor Who last year. My ringtone is the Doctor Who theme song now. So that was good to see. So that concludes the stats on the Letterboxd front. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe. You can follow me via links in the description below. I hope you enjoyed that audio and visual stimulation. With that, I say tie, meaning take it easy.